আব্বু, আব্বু, এই আচ্ছা আমি off করছি। দরজাটা একটু বন্ধ করে দিতেন। কোনো আওয়াজই আসবে না তাইলে। সাইনের আওয়াজ তো না। Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to our institution of Global Professional Free Webinar. Thank you all for joining and stay with us till the end. My lovely audience, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Yarni Sakhtar. I am from Bangladesh. Dear audience, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. It's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professional Free Webinars. Thank you all for joining us today in this marvelous evening, and it's my humble request and pleasure to all of you stay with us till the end. And don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends. Institution of Global Professionals serves student and community resource provide holistic social work and education for create a competent generation. IGP is a leading on online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. Institution of Global Professional is an educational institution provides social work with globally recognized. We organized webinar training, offline online courses each by based and trained speakers, coaches from all the world. Our mission is to empower people. We have already completed 998 webinars successfully. Let me remind you again, don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends. So now we start our show. So let's watch together and learn together. Today our webinar number is 999 and our today's topic is making classroom more interactive and interesting using multiple intelligence. And we have two speakers. First speaker name is Malau Morado Elot. She is from Philippines. She is a teacher and MA in Education Administration and Integrated School, Sonia Di Tejgat PIB. Let's welcome our ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
There is a sound problem. Please, uh, you have to off your sound.
Yes. Ma'am, can you use Ma'am Clarence account?
Ma'am, you have to stop one audio.
Audio.
There is a echo. I can't hear your voice.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, first you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to one audio. You have to off your mic. One mic. You have to off your one mic.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Ma'am, I can hear you, but there is a voice problem. First, you have to off one mic.
My mic?
Now,
Ano ko off?
I think you are in two device.
Okay. Ma'am, can we use Ma'am Clarence device so that we can close this one?
Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect. No, it's a echo problem. I hear my voice again. It's
I
repeated.
hear your voice again.
Uh, I think you are in two device.
Into device. Cellphone na lang, ma'am. Diyan ka sa cellphone mo mag-log. Hindi, sinat off ko na itong isa.
First, you have to remove yourself from one device.
I-off mo dyan. Ako? Hindi, account ko kasi hindi rin ito. Pag mag-loop ako, sige. Can you hear me, ma'am? Is there
And now,
an echo?
no, yes, now it's perfect.
Okay. So are we okay, ma'am?
Yes, now it's perfect.
Okay po.
Uh, you have to share your presentation.
Sa download. Sa kilalagay. Nasa akin din. May nakla. Okay. There's Online? Hindi. From from beginning. Nakikita ako lang? So, good evening, everyone.
Ma'am, first you have to give some description about yourself, then you can start your presentation. And don't forget to make it full screen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, good evening, everyone. It is an honor to be part of this event. Very pleasure to share with you our topic for this evening, which is making classroom more interactive and interesting using multiple intelligences. So this is Ma'am Mary Lou Morado Elorde from the Philippines, your presenter for tonight. So multiple intelligence is one of the factors affecting learning abilities since it is under individual difference. So each person has a number of different forms of intelligence in different levels according to the theory of multiple intelligences. So therefore, students have multiple intelligences and it is safe to assume that these variations in their intelligences could affect their learning abilities. So, what is the theory of multiple intelligences? So the concept of multiple intelligences is a theory proposed by Harvard psychologist Howard Gardner. According to this theory, people have many ways of learning. Gardner believed that people have multiple different ways of thinking and learning. So the theory of multiple intelligence is important because it allows us to think about different types of mental strength and abilities. Learning more about which type of intelligence you lean towards may help you to learn to recognize your own preferences. However, it shouldn't be used as a tool to label and should not be confused with learning styles. So instead of trying to match what you learn to your perceived type of intelligence, focus on learning to your perceived types of intelligence. Focus on learning new things via enormous modalities and formats to strengthen encoding and enforce learning. So, there are different kinds of intelligence. First one is interpersonal intelligence. Second one is intrapersonal intelligence, kinesthetic intelligence, linguistic verbal intelligence, mathematical intelligence, musical intelligence, naturalistic intelligence, visual spatial intelligence, and the proposed existential intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence. So let's have interpersonal intelligence is concerned with the capacity to understand the intentions, motivations, and desires of other people. So it allows people to work effectively with others. Those who have strong interpersonal intelligence are good at understanding and interacting with other people. So these individuals are skilled at assessing the emotions, motivations, desires, and intentions of those around them. So people with interpersonal intelligence can communicate well verbally, are skilled at nonverbal communications, see situations from different perspectives, create positive relationship with others, resolve conflicts in group settings, and if you're strong in personal intelligence, good career choices for you are to become a psychologist, philosopher, counselor, salesperson, and politicians. So educators, salespeople, religious and political leaders, and counselors all need a well-developed interpersonal intelligence. So intrapersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence entails the capacity to understand oneself, to appreciate one's feelings, fears, and motivations. So it involves having an effective working model of ourselves and to be able to use such information to regulate our lives. So interpersonal intelligence, individuals who are strong are good at being aware of their own emotional states, feelings, and motivations. So they tend to enjoy self-reflections, analysis, including daydreaming, exploring relationships with others, and assessing their personal strengths. So, what are the characteristics of people with intrapersonal intelligence? These are the people who can analyze their strengths and weaknesses well, enjoy analyzing theories and ideas, have excellent self-awareness, understand the basis of for his or her own motivations and feelings. So if you are strong in intrapersonal intelligence, good career choices for you are to become a philosopher, writer, theorist, and scientist. Then we have bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence entails the potential of using one whole body or parts of the body to solve problems. So it is the ability to use mental abilities to coordinate bodily movements. So Howard Gardner sees mental and physical activity as related. So bodily kinesthetic intelligence, those who have high bodily kinesthetic intelligence are said to be good at body movement, performing actions, and physical control. So people who are strong in this area tend to have excellent hand-eye coordination and dexterity. So what are the characteristics of people with bodily kinesthetic intelligence? They are skilled at dancing and sports. So they enjoy creating things with his or her hands. Have excellent physical coordinations. Remember by doing rather than hearing or seeing. So if you're strong in bodily kinesthetic intelligence, good career choices for you are craft person, dancer, builder, sculptor, surgeon, and actor or actress. So next, we have verbal linguistic intelligence. So the linguistic intelligence involves sensitivity to spoken and written language. So the ability to learn languages and the capacity to use language to accomplish certain goals. So this intelligence includes the ability to effectively use language to express oneself. The language as a means to remember information. So people who are strong in linguistic verbal intelligence are able to use words well, both when writing and speaking. So these individuals are typically very good at writing stories, memorizing information, and reading. So what are the characteristics of people with linguistic verbal intelligence? So they can remember written and spoken information, enjoy reading and writing, debate or give persuasive speeches, are able to explain things well, or can use humor when telling stories. So if you're strong in linguistic verbal intelligence, good career choices for you are writer or journalist, lawyer, and teacher. Okay, so we have logical mathematical intelligence. So logical mathematical intelligence shows the capacity to analyze problems logically, carries out mathematical operations, and investigates issues scientifically. It entails the ability to detect patterns, reason deductively, and think logically. This intelligence is most often associated with scientific and mathematical thinking. So people who are strong in logical mathematical intelligence are good at reasoning, recognizing patterns, and logically analyzing problems. So these individuals tend to think conceptual about numbers, relationship, and patterns. So what are the characteristics of people with logical mathematical intelligence? So they have excellent problem solving skills. They enjoy thinking about abstract ideas, like conducting scientific experiments, and they can solve complex computations. So if you're strong in logical mathematical intelligence, good career choices for you are to become a scientist, mathematician, computer programmer, engineer, and accountant. And then we have musical intelligence. So musical intelligence involves skills in the performance, compositions, and appreciation of musical patterns. It compasses the capacity to recognize and compose musical pitches, tones, and rhythms. So musical intelligence runs in an almost structural parallel to linguistic intelligence. So people who have strong musical intelligence are good at thinking in patterns, rhythm, and sounds. So they have a strong appreciation for music and are often good at musical compositions and performance. So what are the characteristics of people with musical intelligence? So they enjoy singing and playing musical instruments. They recognize musical patterns and tones easily. They can remember songs and melodies. They have a rich understanding of musical structures, rhythm, and notes. So if you're strong in musical intelligence, good career choices for you are to become a musician, composer, singer, music teacher, and conductor. And then we have the naturalist intelligence. Naturalist intelligence enables human beings to recognize, to categorize, and to draw upon certain features of the environment. So it combines a description of the core ability with the characterizations of the role that many cultures value. So naturalistic is the most recent addition to Gardner's theory and has been met with more resistance than his original seven intelligences. So according to Gardner, individuals who are high in this type of intelligence are more in tune with nature and are often interested in nurturing, exploring, and exploring the environment, and learning about other species. So these individuals are said to be highly aware of even subtle changes of their environments. So people with naturalistic intelligence are interested in subjects such as botany, biology, and zoology. Categorize and catalog information easily. Enjoy camping, gardening, hiking, and exploring the outdoors. He dislikes learning unfamiliar topics that have no connection to nature. So if you're strong in naturalistic intelligence, good career choices for you are to become a biologist, conservationist, gardener, and farmer. And then we have the last one, the visual spatial intelligence. So when we say spatial intelligence, it involves the potential to recognize and use the patterns of wide space in more confined areas. So people who are strong in visual spatial intelligence are good at visualizing things. So these individuals are often good with directions as well as maps, charts, videos, and pictures. So people with visual spatial intelligence can read and write for enjoyment, are good at putting puzzles together, interpret pictures, graphs, and charts well, enjoy drawing, painting, and the visual arts, and they can recognize pattern easily. So if you're strong in visual spatial intelligence, good career choices for you are to become an architect, artist, and engineer. And then to summarize our the discussions regarding the theory of multiple intelligence, so through the implementation of the multiple intelligence teaching approach in the classroom, both teachers and students learn more together and develop their multiple intelligences through diverse and natural ways of learning. So the theory of multiple intelligence is important because it allows us to think about different types of mental strengths and abilities. So learning more about which type of intelligence you lean towards may help you to learn to recognize your own preferences. However, it shouldn't be used as a tool to label and should not be confused with learning styles. So instead of trying to match what you learn to your perceived type of intelligence, focus on learning new things via various modalities and formats to strengthen encoding and reinforce learning. So that's all for tonight, and good evening, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. Uh, After completed quiz session, we come back again in our question answer session. Okay, ma'am? Our second speaker, where is our second speaker?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening. We come back again in our question answer session. You have to wait for some minutes. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Uh, Ma'am, clearance. Our second speaker name is Clearance S. Makio. She's also from Philippines. She is a teacher, MED Math, Pavian IC Sonia D. Tejeda, principal. I. Let's welcome our second speaker. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome, ma'am, in our program.
Eko, ilayo mo yan. Ilayo mo yan.
Ma'am, give some description about yourself, then you can share your presentation. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Good
do you hear
evening.
do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, first you have to give some description about yourself, then you can present your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. I'll share first my screen, ma'am. Okay. So good evening, everyone. I am Miss Clarence S. Macchio. I am a junior high school mathematics teacher from Pamibian Integrated School, SDO Zambales, Philippines. So I am already in my 8th year of teaching. So from this experience, I have already met different types of students with different abilities and intelligences. So with this, I am honored to present this topic to you, making classrooms more interactive and interesting using multiple intelligences. So, as defined by Gartner, intelligence is the ability to solve problems that are more valuable in one or more cultural settings. So, as discussed by Ma'am Mary Lou Elorde a while ago, so this theory of multiple intelligences was proposed by Dr. Howard Gardner. So let us have first these two views of intelligences. So the first view is the old view or the traditional view. So the way how people view intelligence in during the old times, and the new view here is the view according to the theory of multiple intelligences. So under the traditional view, intelligence was fixed. But under this new theory, intelligence can be developed. So also, intelligence was measured by numbers, but for the new view, intelligence is not numerically quantifiable. For the old view, intelligence was unitary. For the new view, intelligence can be exhibited in many ways, that is, using multiple intelligences. So intelligence was measured in isolation under the traditional view. Under the new view, intelligence is measured in context or real life situations. Intelligence for under the old view, intelligence was used to sort out students and predict their success, while for the theory of multiple intelligences, it is used to understand human capacities and the various ways students can achieve. So what does multiple intelligences mean to teaching and learning? So for us teachers or for all the educators, we have to vary what we do, and we have to vary what we do and how we do it. So according to Dr. Howard Gardner, it's not about how smart you are, but how you are smart. So let us always view that all our students are smart in their own ways. So the days when teachers could gauge a student's intelligence by administering an IQ test has long since passed. No one no test can accurately predict how well a person would execute cognitive abilities, according to a recent study including more than 100,000 participants. Most intelligence tests only provide a two-dimensional representation of a person's mental faculties. Therefore, they often fail to fully assess a student's potential. Dr. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences was developed to better represent the diversity in human intelligence and is based on research from psychology, linguistics, neuroscience, and other cognitive disciplines. So this theory includes more diverse abilities in addition to traditional learning skills like math and science as markers of intelligence. So that was before, in our traditional view of intelligence, only those who are good in math and in science were intelligent. But in Dr. Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences, everybody is intelligent in their own way. So Gardner's multiple intelligence hypothesis is one of the finest strategies to help our students improve cognitive skills in a way that builds on their strengths and strengthens their shortcomings. So here are some instructional strategies that involve multiple intelligences. Okay, but before that, let us have first, how do we use multiple intelligences in the classroom? So first, we have to get to know our students better. So how do we get to know our students better? So there are many MI or multiple intelligences assessment online and to print for use in our classroom. So this test can provide a fascinating snapshot of your students' innate abilities. Students should think about how to use their strengths to help them in all their subjects. Maybe that musically intelligent student should make up a song to help her learn the periodic table of elements. Or that visually inclined student should draw a picture to help remember the life cycle of a butterfly. So we have to expand upon traditional activities. Traditional school activities focus primarily on linguistic and logical mathematical intelligences. But here are some ways to reach any intelligence type in your classroom. So let us start with the linguistic intelligence. So linguistic intelligence involves the ability to comprehend words while reading, writing, or speaking. So this can include reading and writing in a person's native tongue, but it also involves the ability to learn new languages. So a few activities and skills related to linguistic intelligence include reading books aloud or independently, learning new vocabulary words, discussions, conferences, poems, storytelling, listening activities, and writing stories, sentences, or essays. So, for example, in a mathematics class, let us accept the fact that not all our learners are mathematically inclined. So, to help these learners, we may use their linguistic intelligence. We may ask them to write a story that incorporates a specific lesson in math. So we can also ask our students to write a story about what they are studying. If they're learning a process, have them write an instruction manual or to give a how-to speech. So writing scripts, making videos, or designing a brochure are other good activities for this type of intelligence. So next one is the logical mathematical intelligence. So this refers to the ability to use reason and analysis to solve problems. So students with strong logical mathematical skills are also often skilled at identifying patterns to develop answers to a question. So logical mathematical not only deals with mathematical operations, but with the logical methods to come up with solutions. So beyond doing math problems, this intelligence focuses on logical reasoning and problem solving. Can students conduct a survey and graph or chart the results? For English or history classes, use a debate to teach the basics of logic and rhetoric. Ask students to function the way a real-life scientist does, using logic and or math to solve a problem or propose a hypothesis. So these are some of the classroom activities that we can use to further improve our students' logical mathematical intelligence. So learning addition, subtraction, and other math concepts, using the scientific method to test hypotheses, and using logical abilities to create compelling debates. The next one is the visual spatial intelligence. So this involves the ability to visualize and manipulate environments. So Students with strong spatial intelligence are aware of the space around them and skilled at manipulating it in creative or innovative ways. So, visual spatial intelligence skills or activities you could use in class include putting together puzzles. Our learners love to play puzzles. So, painting, sculpting, or other artistic activities. We don't only ask our learners to do their arts in their arts class. We can also do that in all of their academic subjects. We also have concept maps, graphs, charts, videos, slides, and visual presentations, and performing tasks that involve hand-eye coordination. So catching a ball, drawing a picture, playing a video game are examples of activities that involve hand-eye coordination. So let these picture smart students draw a diagram, illustrate a group project, or develop a PowerPoint presentation. You may want to encourage this group to use symbols or colors to help them make sense of their notes, since they may struggle with traditional note taking methods. Graphic organizers can also help them. Next one is the musical intelligence. So from the word itself, musical, this intelligence is defined as the ability to appreciate, create, and perform music. So it involves not only the sensory musical activities, but also the theoretical side of music, such as composition. So a few musical intelligence skills or activities can include practicing pitch or a sense of rhythm, learning to sing, and recognizing musical notes or patterns. So these students may be gifted musicians, but they also tend to have a good ear for rhythms and a sense of patterns. Consider musical activities such as having them create a rap song about their subject or make connections between sound and the information you are teaching. So, for example, ask students to choose three pieces of music: one that represents a solid, one that represents a liquid, and one that represents a gas. Have them play a clip of each piece of music and then explain why they chose each one. This will appeal to their interest while still allowing you to check for comprehension. These students may also enjoy creating podcasts or other auditory items. Next one is the bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So this involves skillfully moving and controlling your body. So students with a strong sense of bodily kinesthetic intelligence often succeed in hands-on activities rather than on theoretical assignments. If you want to try bodily kinesthetic intelligence activities in class, a few ideas can include participating on a sports team, athletic activities, doing relay races or outdoor games, role playing, hands on demonstration, and learning the choreography to a dance. So let bodily kinesthetic students act out a skit, do a dance, or physically simulate a scientific process. Use manipulatives in math, have them build a model with clay, or create a collage about an important concept. Next, we also have the interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence refers to the ability to interact with others in a healthy and meaningful way. So, these students can be introverted or extroverted, but they are often good at making and maintaining friendships. Activities and skills related to interpersonal intelligence include making positive relationships with peers, social activities, using effective communication skills in community involvement projects, and we also have cooperative learning and peer tutoring. So, learners with high interpersonal intelligence can be good leaders, friends, classmates. We may use the strategies peer tutoring or group activities to develop more this intelligence. These learners are usually the ones who speak up frequently, take advantage of that chatty energy through class discussions or group work. Let them teach the class or use technology to have them interact with others via chat or other online platforms. Coinciding in some ways with interpersonal intelligence is the intrapersonal intelligence. This is defined as the ability to understand and analyze your own emotions, actions, and beliefs. It is closely linked to the social emotional skill of self awareness or developing an understanding of yourself and how others perceive you. Skills and activities that involve intrapersonal intelligence include creating a reflection journal. One of the classroom strategies is writing a reflection. Intrapersonally intelligent learners show how they learn best when they create their own reflection journal. Try to do it with our learners and will be amazed with the results. Next is nurturing a strong sense of introspection. So according to Cherry in 2016, introspection can be practiced both as an informal reflection process and a formal experimental approach, and the two have different definitions. Still, both processes can be undertaken by anyone with curiosity and determination. So one introspective question that we can ask our learners to answer is using 10 words, describe yourself. So give these students assignments that challenge them to make connections between their personal experiences and the class subject. Blogs, journals, and essays on personal topics are common tasks, but these students can also benefit from metacognitive assignments, that is, encouraging them to think about their own learning styles and processes. So developing a portfolio of individual assignments may also appeal to these students. So for some classrooms, they also practice activities like meditation. So maybe further studies can be done in order to prove that this type of classroom activity can help really our learners. Next, we also have the naturalistic intelligence. So the eighth type of intelligence, naturalistic intelligence, refers to a person's sensitivity to and appreciation for the natural world. Students with naturalistic intelligence often have an affinity for recognizing and interacting with plants and animals. So a few and activities or skills related to naturalistic intelligence include hiking, camping, field trips, or other outdoor activities, taking care of animals, and recognizing different types of plants. So a learner may excel in one of these intelligences while having difficulty with another because they are all mostly independent of one another. An athlete, for instance, might have good spatial and bodily kinesthetic abilities but low musical abilities. So that every child has the chance to learn in the way that suits them best, it is crucial to adopt instructional methodologies that incorporate a variety of these multiple intelligences. In addition, compared to standard intelligence testing, the multiple intelligence the multiple intelligences idea can aid teachers in understanding cognitive talents. The multiple intelligences idea can help teachers understand a student's potential instead of just their deficiencies when a student struggles with one ability. Say, for instance, Uh, so one strategy is let us try to link all instructional objectives to at least two types of intelligence. So say for instance, the instructional objectives of your lesson is that learners are able to multiply one digit by one digit numbers. So one strategy is to teach them the multiplication table. For example, you could add visual references or teach children a song about multiplication. So in that way, visually intelligent and musically intelligent learners learn faster through this strategy. Number two, engage your learners' visual, tactile, auditory, and other senses to reach more students. So for instance, learners learn more when they are really engaged in science experiments rather than just showing them how it is done. Let the learners learn by doing the experiments themselves. Number three, incorporate all of the different multiple intelligences at least once a week. So create a weekly checklist with all 8 intelligences. So you make sure you're using a comprehensive multiple intelligence strategy in class. Coming up with assignments to reach all of the multiple intelligences can be very time consuming. So start small. Pick one or two intelligences that you don't normally use in your lessons and find a way to incorporate them. Interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic can be some of the easier ones to start with. Another solution, choose one common assignment. For example, book reports and brainstorm MI alternatives, such as write a song about the book, build a diorama about the book, or other activities. Then allow students to choose an alternative to the traditional assignment once in a while. Number four, when planning interventions, discover what their strengths are as connected to the multiple intelligences theory. So, if a child has a strong spatial intelligence but poor linguistic skills, for example, you may be able to use their strengths to teach difficult concepts. In teaching the concept of integers, algebra tiles would be very useful to our bodily kinesthetic learners. For musical intelligent learners, they can try to memorize the rules by singing the integer song. For our linguistic learners, they may create mnemonics. For visual spatial learners, a graphical representation on the rules of integers may aid them to learn the concept faster. So according to Howard Gardner, education that treats everybody in the same way is the most unfair education. So let us try to make use of our learners' multiple intelligences to create a more active and more interesting classroom. So that is all for tonight. Thank you so much for listening.
Nakarinig ba?
You don't have an audio, ma'am. I can't hear you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's my mistake. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. It has been very informative presentation. It's time for our quiz session. After completed our quiz session, we come back again in our question answer session. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, yes,
You
ma'am.
have to
Thank
you
you.
have to wait for some minutes. Dear participant, now we'll go our quiz session. To join this session, you have to go slido.com, then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP3, and the code is IGP3. After short video, we will start our question answer session. So quiz session. So please everyone join in our session. Let's enjoy our quiz session. Dear participant, it's time for our quiz session. So to join this session, you have to go slido.com, then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP3. And don't forget mention your friends to join our quiz session. And dear participant, please join your full name, because we pick your name from Slido. So join with your full name, which will directly print on certificates, and top 10 will be certificated with quiz completion certificates. Top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificate. So please everyone join early in our session. Already 41 people join in our session. We are still waiting for your joining. So please everyone join early. To join this session, you have to go slido.com, then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP3. And the correct answer is first option Nancy Norton, David Martin, a smart board, and 76% people are right. And our top ranker is Dennis going to Sirso. Second question, teaching is an interactive process that involves all of the following except first option, commitment to using evidence-based approaches. Second option, focus on a single teaching strategy. And the correct answer is option 2, focus on a single teaching strategy, and 87% people are right. And again, our top ranker is Dennis going to Sirso. Our third now question, a screen can be touched with more than one finger, allowing interactions such as rotating object. First option, multi-touch. Second option, LCD. And the correct answer is multi-touch, and 85% people are right. And now our top ranker is Cherry and Lee and Infinity. Fourth now question. Devices with a large display connected to a PC projector and widely used in classroom. First option e-books, second option digital or interactive whiteboards. And the correct answer is digital or interactive whiteboards, and 98% people are right. And again, our top ranker is Jerry and Lian Fenty. Now we go for our fifth now question. Fifth now question is e-ink produces images that reflect light like ordinary paper, making the display easy to read. First option true, and second option is false. The correct answer is true, and 86% people are right. Now we go for our sixth now question, and our sixth now question is who developed the theory of multiple intelligence? First option William Glasser, second option Howard Gardner. Now we see the correct. We go for see the correct answer. And the correct answer is second option, Howard Gardner, and 86% people are right. Now we go for our seven now question. And our question is these two intelligence are used most often in classroom today. First option verbal linguistic and logical mathematical. Second option musical rhythm and bodily kinesthetic. And the correct answer is first option verbal linguistic and logical mathematical, and 85% people are right. And now our top ranker is Dennis Gueneto Sirso. Now we go for our 8th now question. Making sure SPED students are in regular classroom as much as possible and bringing service to the child. First option inclusion, second option mainstreaming. And the correct answer is inclusion, and 58% people are right. And again, our top ranker is Denis Goento Sirso. Now, ninth question is which multiple intelligence is about working well with others? First option interpersonal and second option intrapersonal. And the correct answer is interpersonal, and 74% people are right. And now our top ranker is Cherry, Ali, and Finti. Now we go for our last question. Using PowerPoints, charts, and graphs would help a student with this intelligence. First option visual spatial, second option logical mathematical. Now we see the correct answer, and the correct answer is option 1 visual spatial, and 85% people are right. Congratulations, Cherry and Lian Fenty. He's our top ranker. In second position, Michel Tarashinas. In third position, Rosalind D. Pallet. In fourth position, Kanwi Ishia Gitkar. In fifth position, Rosalind and the Hingspees. Congratulations, our top 10 quiz competition winner. We have all of your name. We have all of your name which you entered during joining. We will pick and prepare certificate and will post them on our Facebook official page. And our Facebook official page is Institution of Global Professional. Now we go our quiz question answer session. Participants are requested to ask their question in our comment box. Please address speaker name. After question and answer session, we will share certification process. After short video, we start our question answer session. Let's enjoy our question answer session. Welcome back everyone in our question answer session. We will go ahead and take some time for question now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your question into our comment box. Hello ma'am. Welcome back, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
Both of you, ma'am. Ma'am, Miss look, Miss look like we have a few questions. Ma'am, our first question from Gulshan Ara: how can any classroom be made interactive by using emotional intelligence?
We will discuss emotional intelligence.
May I answer the question, ma'am?
Yes, you can.
So I am Ma'am Clarence again. So emotional intelligence is not part of Dr. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. However, emotional intelligence is also one separate theory. So if I were to ask that kind of question, how can any classroom be made interactive by using emotional intelligence? Maybe this can be related to intra and interpersonal intelligence. So activities that are used to promote interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence can also be used to uh, promote emotional intelligence among our students.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Uh, our second question from Flomiar Salviejo. Good evening, everyone. To Ma'am Mary Lowe and Ma'am Clarence, to receive, how can teachers apply multiply intelligence in the classroom?
So, good evening po, Sir Floy May Salviejo. So, the theory of multiple intelligence is important because it allows us to think about the different types of mental strength and abilities. So, we can apply multiple intelligence in the classroom by identifying different intelligences covered by the students or the learners we have. And in order for us to address also their learning abilities, we are we can have we should have identified their multiple intelligences first.
Um, Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Isha. Why is that graph and charts are good for visual intelligence and not logical mathematical intelligence?
So I'll answer the question. Graphs and charts are good for visual spatial intelligence, but it doesn't mean that it is not good for logical mathematical intelligence. So it's just one way of presenting ideas or concepts in our classroom for our visual spatial intelligent learners.
Okay,
Not
ma'am.
one strategy is good for this one intelligences. It can also be linked to other intelligences. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello,
Ma'am,
Clarence.
uh, Jannatul Firdaus, Madam Clearance, in a country like Bangladesh, it is not possible to spend some of things in one in class in a government school. Anyway, how could I make my class interactive for students?
Okay. Good evening, ma'am. So thank you for that question. So I think in most of the countries, not only in your country, we also have stubborn students here in the Philippines. So one of the strategies that I do to make my class more interactive with the presence of those stubborn students is to group them according to their intelligences. So for example, you group this your class. So one group is for musically intelligent students, one group for bodily kinesthetic learners, and for other type of intelligences. So in that way, their stubbornness could be lessened, and they can participate more in class um, according to their interest.
Okay, ma'am. Um,
Let
our next question from Junitu. Hello, teachers. Thank you for sharing your expertise. I have this question in mind long to what is the best techniques to use in order to get your students' attention and interest if, for example, the classroom is composed of multiple intelligent students. Multiple intelligent.
okay. Hello, sir. So, in order for us to get our students' attention and interest, um, we can group the students according to their multiple intelligence. And then we can give different activities according to their intelligence so that the focus of the students is on the uh, activity that they can use their multiple intelligence in a right manner.
And in addition, before we could use this theory of multiple intelligences, we must be able to identify what
Yes,
type of multiple intelligences
intelligences. Yeah.
our students have in a particular classroom.
That's why profiling of the students is very important, sir.
Okay, ma'am. It's look like we covered all of the question. Is there anything else both of you wanted to cover our participant? Any last word?
So for me, so instead of trying to match what the students learn in their perceived type of intelligence, let us encourage our students to focus on learning new things by the use of different modalities and formats that we are using inside our classrooms so that the interactions and the interests of the students are addressed inside the classrooms.
And
In addition, the theory of multiple intelligences is so far one of the uh, what do you one of the factors that affect the career choices of our students. That is why it is very important to know their multiple intelligences. And by this, teachers could have their differentiated instruction in order for learners to learn more and not just stick to the traditional way of learning and teaching. So with that, let us always believe that all our students are smart in their own ways. Thank you so much.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, both of you, for your informative presentation. And
Okay,
accept our
ma'am.
profound thanks for taking out the time from your busy schedule to present these sites. Those that give everyone a great idea about the making classroom more interactive and interesting. Again, I like to offer you thanks for telling us making classroom more interactive and interesting. Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope
Thank you
everyone
so
can learn from you, from both of you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. Thank you
much.
so much and good evening.
Good evening. Um, Dear participant, it's time for to give you webinar code. Uh, to claim your certificates, first you have to go www.erioigp.com. Then you have to click sign in. Then you have to log in if you already have an account or create new account if you are new. Once logged in, click free webinars. Then select the webinar title and click continue courses and get enrolled if you have not enrolled yet. Then type the code and the our certificate code is IGP7765 and the code is IGP7765 and click get your certificate It's auto downloadable in PDF file already. Just check your file manager or download folder. And the code is IGP7765. Without code, no one is eligible for certificates. With code, you can claim your certificates anytime. Thank you, everyone, for your active participation. I hope everyone can learn from our webinar. Seeing you next time. So stay happy and blessed. Thank you so much, everyone.